Hi, in this video, we will discuss about reversing elements in a given array. It's a simple question generally asked in interview to entry-level developer. This question can be reframed as write a program to reverse a string. So let us see a few examples before we start with algorithm. Let's assume we have an array with few integer elements as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and we would like to reverse the elements in the array. And the resultant array would look something like this. Now, in our algorithm, we will shuffle the elements, or I'll say juggle the array elements inside the same array, and we won't create a new array. Let's take another example where we have some character values in the array and we would like to reverse the elements. So as I was saying, this program can be also referred as program to reverse a string. So let us take an example where we have an array with few integer elements, and our algorithm will initialize some counter values as I and j, where I is initialized to 0 and j is initialized to 4. So counter I is referring to the first element in the array and counter j is referring to the last element in the array. Our algorithm will simply swap first and last values and then increment counter I and decrement counter j. So that is the algorithm. So we will swap the first element and the last element, that is data of I will be swapped with data of j, and after swapping the array would look something like this. Next we'll increment value of I, so I becomes 1, and decrement value of j, so j becomes 3, and again we'll swap the values of data of I with data of j, that is 20 and 40 will be swapped. After swapping, again I will be incremented and j will be decremented. So you can see value of I is 2 and value of j is 2. Hence we can stop at this point and announce that the array is reversed. Now before we write the program, let us discuss the algorithm. Now the first step will be I will be initialized to 0. So I will be 0 initially and j will be n minus 1. So here we'll have j. And next our terminating condition will be when I is greater than equal to j, we'll jump to step number 6, and step number 6 is stop. Means since I is incrementing and j will be decrementing, so they will come to a point where either I is equal to j or either I is greater than j. In that case, the algorithm will stop. Well, if I is less than j, in that case, we'll move ahead and we'll swap data of I with data of j. And once that is done, then we'll just increment value of I by 1 so that I moves ahead, and we'll decrement the value of j by 1 so that j moves towards I. And next we'll loop back and again check the condition. So next I will write the program and implement the algorithm. So I have opened Visual Studio environment and created a project by name reverse array elements and added a C file. You can use any editor of your choice. The algorithm is pretty much the same. Even if you choose any other programming language, still it is okay. I'll be writing the program in C. So we need to write a program to reverse array elements. So I've given some comments. I'll include the required header file for input output. We'll declare a dummy data with some values as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. And as we saw that we need some counter variables, we require I with value 0. We require j will be size minus 1, that is n is the number of elements in the array, or you can think of the size of array. I will declare a variable n with value 5, that is size of array. Next, we will implement the algorithm. So let's say reverse array starts here. From this point it starts. Now we know we require a loop, and our loop will execute till the condition I is less than j. As we had discussed that I will be incrementing and j will be decrementing. So somewhere in our program we want I should increment and j should decrement. But before we increment and decrement, what we need to do is we'll swap data of I with data of j. Now I'll write a simple swap logic here. I'll declare a temporary variable which will hold data of I, and data of j now will be copied in data of I, and data of j will have temps value. It means the elements are swapped, and after the swapping happens, our logic said that we should increment I by 1 and increment, or I'll say decrement, j by 1, and that's it. So this is our algorithm in place. Next, after the array is rotated, or I'll say after the loop is terminated, we can just display the array elements. So here I'll just print the array elements. I require a loop. I'll write a for loop where I starts from 0, I is less than n, and I plus plus, and we'll quickly print the loop. So I'll say printf %d data of I, and will return 0. Next, we'll build the code. So there are no errors, and we'll run our program from main. We'll debug the code from main, and I'll run the code. I'll also open a watch window parallelly so that we can also see the memory values. I'll remove everything from watch, and we'll debug our program line by line now. So at this point we have a data which is nothing but an array of size 5. So this is our array which is declared, and next we have some variable declaration. So what I'll do is I'll just see what is the value we get in data of I and what is the value that we get in data of j, because that is something we need to swap. So data of I is 10 and data of j is 50. So basically we need to swap 10 and 50 in the first iteration. So the program condition is true, it goes ahead, performs the swap operation, and you can see the array has been, the first and the last element is swapped. Value of I is incremented and j is decremented. We'll go back to the loop. Again, value of I becomes 1, value of j becomes 3. We'll again, the condition is true, the loop will move ahead. Again, it will swap the second element with fourth element, and you can see 40 and 20 is swapped. And next, I is incremented, j is decremented. At this point, I is 2 and j is also 2. So the loop terminates, and after the loop is terminated, you can see the value in the array is reversed. And if I move ahead, it should display the elements on the screen. So second, third, fourth, and fifth elements. So this loop iterated 5 times. So if I see the output values here, I can see the values of the array in reverse fashion. So this was a simple program. You can use the same logic to reverse string elements, and I wrote a while loop. The same thing can be also written through a for loop. So that is all about the control constructs that the language provides. It actually doesn't matter if I'm using a while loop or a for loop, as far as I'm able to implement the logic. So thank you for watching the video, and let me know your thoughts in comments.